It is named after Kerry Walsh's ex-husband, Aaron, a decorated Army helicopter pilot and an addicted gambler, who last year finally gave up trying to kick his habit.
I think he had been doing really well staying away from it, and then I think that he went and had like a gambling binge, and then realized what he had done and decided he wasn't ever going to get better.
Aaron Walsh was 34. Shortly after placing his last bets at this casino in Bangor, Maine in September of last year, Walsh took a gun into a rural park and killed himself. It was the end of a gambling addiction that his wife says began when he enlisted in the Army. On posts in Germany, then in Seoul, South Korea, Walsh became addicted to some of the 3,000 casino-style slot machines the military operates on its bases. Last year, the Army took in $130 million from these machines. Walsh says her husband lost tens of thousands of dollars, with the military in full knowledge and actually profiting from her husband's addiction.
The military has this culture of taking care of their own, but it seems like when it comes to this, they just, they profited from his addiction and then threw him away.
The Air Force and Navy have their own gambling programs. The profits used to pay for morale, welfare, and recreation programs like bowling alleys and dances. But now a Tennessee congressman says enough is enough. Congressman Lincoln Davis this week introduced the Warrant Officer Aaron Walsh Stop DOD-Sponsored Gambling Act, a long name with a single point. The U.S. military shouldn't encourage soldiers to gamble and certainly shouldn't be in the gambling business. If American men and women are willing to serve our country overseas, we should not be dependent on them to pay for recreational activities they deserve, Davis said in a written statement. The risks are simply too high and too many to ask that of our soldiers. University of Illinois business professor John Kent couldn't agree more. He says studies show members of the military, mainly because of their youth and passion for adventure, are more prone to gambling addiction than others. And he says poorly paid soldiers supporting young families should not have to support recreation programs by losing money.
It's all about the buck. And in our military, it should be about service to our country. It shouldn't be about exploiting our service personnel and putting their families and their children at risk